Come on in here, come on in here, come on in here. Here we go, here we go. Lit now. The goddamn blood is lit right now, motherfucker. What's up, Devin? Random Q&A. What's up, Evan? What's up, 225 girl? I created these Hotepish beanies for my website, and I don't think I have them up for sale. I should have put them up for sale. I should have put them up for sale this past winter. Shit, it's been cold than a motherfucker. Hell yeah, it's cold. What's up, Marcia? Kevin? Big TP? Mir 2500? What's up with Court? What's up, Dazzling? How do I feel about black UK actors? Are you thinking about like Idris Elba? I'm like, hey, I like them when they play black Brits, you know. But as far as black Americans, well, I don't mind UK actors as long as they, you know, blend in with the culture and give back to the culture. But when they do things like what John Boyega said, you know, they get into a whole little circle, then look for other UK actors and other African actors and say, fuck them black Americans. That's where I have a problem. Yeah, I got hoodies for sale. I got the Hotepish hoodie in Hotepish.com. Hotepish.com/shop. Got the hoodies for sale. Yeah, Dazia, like, for me, it's a tough situation because I truly am in my heart someone who loves everybody. Like, I don't want, I think everybody should exchange. I do believe in cultural exchange. You know what I mean? I do believe in people coming together and looking out for one another. What I don't believe in is coming over to what my ancestors fought for, benefiting from that, and then when it is time for you to take some resources back and give back, you don't give back to the people who gave to you. You give back to people from somewhere else. That's where I draw that's where I draw the line. How do you take from the pot and not put back in on it? You know what I mean? If you my brother, then if you live in here, then live here. That's how I look at it. If you're gonna be living in America, working in America, then live and work in America. Be here. Don't live and work here, then siphon money that my ancestors fought for and send it overseas. But yes, cold as fuck. It was 77 degrees yesterday. Now it's like 59 or 60 or some shit. That's too fucking cold for LA. It's like 59, 58 degrees. Fuck that shit. The rent on my building is more than a mortgage on 95% of the houses in America. We pay that to live in beauty, not for this cold shit. Yeah, 57. Fuck this shit, man. That's why I got my hoodie on. You said it was -7 in Boston the other day? Fuck that shit. Cold like that ain't nothing to brag about. Humans wasn't meant to live in that kind of cold. 57 is cold. Fuck out of here. I don't own anything. I don't own any clothing for like 50-degree weather. I don't. I mean, I'm in LA, nigga. You niggas from the Midwest be thinking it's a badge of honor to be able to take 10-degree weather. I call it stupidity. Yeah, I said it. Especially in today's day of the internet, when you can work anywhere, you can live anywhere in the country and still work wherever you work. You choose to live somewhere where it gets 10 degrees, that's on you. And ain't shit to brag about. That's on you. You choose to live in that bullshit. I choose to live in a Mediterranean climate. And when it's not Mediterranean weather, I get mad. Why? Again, because the rent on my apartment buildings is goddamn guaranteed twice in most of y'all niggas' mortgages. And we don't mind paying either. I ain't complaining. Because there's so much sunshine and beauty out in this motherfucker. He said, Johnny, you say you from Houston, you just put up out here in LA? Yeah, it's cold. And the sun is out. The sun is out, it's cold. See, we right there on this ocean. And what's a good comfortable ocean breeze in the summertime? In the wintertime, that shit is treachery. I've been in the worst rainstorm ever in Oklahoma. I've been in New Orleans rainstorms. I've been in Miami rainstorms. I've been in Charlotte rainstorms. The worst rainstorm I ever been in was that drive from Dallas to Oklahoma City. I ain't never been in a rainstorm that bad. That shit scared the fuck out of me, man. It felt like Satan was sitting on top of the car pouring buckets of water on the windshield, and the windshield wipers couldn't move fast enough to get that shit off. Fuck that. Oh, nah, I've been in Oklahoma storms. Ooh, I'll pass. LA, we get a major earthquake every 20, 30 years. The rest of the little earthquakes ain't shit. I'll take that. That's right, Maxwell. I'm too West Coast. The South is to visit, see some family, eat some of that good-ass Southern food, go to Louisiana, pull up to one, or Texas, pull up to a drive-through liquor store, nigga, get a goddamn seafood po' boy in Louisiana, or some barbecue in Memphis. Have a good time, too. I love the South. But after about 7 days, it's time to come home. What's up, Melanated Brown? Yeah. I'm here to talk to y'all. What y'all talking about? I don't have a topic. I'm going to a shindig in a little bit. I just finished cutting my hair and shaving up. You see, I shaved in a little fade on my beard, you know. I just finished shaving myself up and cutting my hair fresh. You say you sending all your weather, Alaska weather to me? Man, fuck you, nah. Don't send that shit to me. I like watching The Deadliest Catch. I don't want to be in that motherfucker. Oh, what I said about Taharka Bay? Oh yeah, Taharka Bay, man, look. Now, I don't ever listen to hardly anybody live. Usually I listen to playbacks. I'm not gonna listen to. I'll definitely listen to the playback of Jason Black sometime tonight. I'll definitely listen to the playback. But no, I'm going out. But I'm glad you brought that up. Dazia, did I pronounce your name right? Dazia El Alim. I hope I pronounced your name right. So Taharka Bay. Oh, Deja. Okay, got you. I know a Deja. Okay, cool. I got you. She got that higher learning name. Just give me all your love. Anyway, like Taharka Bay, man. Like, let me tell you something about LA. I don't like the whole exchange going on. I don't like where it's escalating to. I don't like that. Because for you to fly 3,000, one thing about LA people, let me tell you something about the city. If for all of you visiting, when you leave people alone, people leave you alone. 1. 2, nobody care about what colors you wear. That shit that they had in that movie with Eddie Murphy, funny movie, whatever. But they stopped tripping on colors in LA back in the 90s. You know what I mean? Now watch your baseball cap. Don't wear Astros cap unless you on 83rd and Western. If you ain't on 83rd and Western, no, in Hoover, don't wear no goddamn, don't wear no Seattle Mariners hat, because that means 60s. You know what I mean? Don't wear no motherfucking, none of the baseball caps. Only caps that are cool here in LA are Lakers hats and Dodgers hats. That's it. Only Laker caps and Dodger caps. Now, the caps is where they get you out here. These niggas that's from out here still be talking about some red and blue. I'm gonna tell you something right now. Anybody talking red and blue in LA don't know what the fuck they talking about. They probably live in the valley, somewhere north of the 10 freeway, or way out in Fontana or some shit. They haven't updated themselves as to what goes on here in the hood in 30 years. Hell no, I don't wear a Red Sox cap. I forgot what hood that is. Fuck no, I don't wear no. No Yankees cap. No. Dodgers. Lakers. Let me say it for you one more time. Dodgers. Lakers. No Atlanta Braves cap. No. Because you could be in one hood, be driving down the street, and 3 minutes later be in a whole different hood with a whole different cap situation. It's about the caps out here, not the colors. Yeah, LAFC, you can do LAFC, yep. You could do the Kings, any LA team. You could do the Clippers. You could wear a Clipper hat. You could wear the Angels. Although, if any black person was in an Angels hat, niggas would be questioning, nigga, you must not, nigga, is you black, or is you like from Dominican or some shit? Who the fuck wears an Angels hat? I'm just being look, I'm giving you guys the real deal. It's not red and blue. I wear red all the fucking time. No Detroit Tigers isn't cool. I forgot what hood that is too. That's I don't even want to get into which hood is which, because I'm dyslexic. I'll mix up one of the other, and only thing I know for sure is 60s and Seattle Mariners, because I knew because the neighborhood I was in, I saw that shit every fucking day. 60s and Seattle Mariners. One thing about me, Chargers are okay. One thing about me, I've always been more aware of the city councilmen, the mayors, and the police chiefs than I have the gangs. But I do know the basic rules, and red and blue ain't it. Yep, that's why Ice Cube always wears Raiders and Dodgers. Let me tell you something else about LA. If you notice, no West Coast rappers wears jewelry. When was the last time you seen a West Coast rapper with a chain on? This nigga said, which hood is the Fez? Hey, 100% rotten. That was funny than a motherfucker. No, don't. Houston Astros is A-Trays. No. Houston Astros is A-Tray. No. No White Sox. No. Hoods wear caps. Because let me tell you something. LA gangs are smart. This is what people got to realize. I mean, nigga, wear Kansas City Royals. Okay. Crip Killer. Okay. Yeah. Wear that KC hat if you want. Wear that if you want. Or Killer Crip. That's what that is. Killer. No. Wear that Kansas City Royals hat if you want. So, if you notice, West Coast rappers don't dress flashy. Because thinking in LA is, you don't wear a steak around lions. Don't be flashy. Them people you be hearing having them stories about them, these niggas be flashy. Don't be flashy out here. Just wear basic clothes. You can wear nice clothes. I ain't saying you gotta dress like a bum. You can still dress nice, be cool, but don't be flashy. Don't be wearing chains and $5,000 shades and And no, don't do that. You can wear Jordans. Look, I was in Watts. If anybody follow me on Facebook, I have videos of me live in Watts with blue sunglasses on. I have pictures of me live and all over the city with red Jordans. 60% of my Jordans are red. Got red in them. I love red. I wear red all. I wear a piece of red. Something on me is red, either a shoe or something, at least 3 days a week. And you know how many times I've gotten pressed? 0. Ain't about colors. So that's the thing. Don't be flashy, and don't wear. And if you wear a baseball cap, only wear a cap of a local LA team, because there may be 2 or 3 baseball caps out there that's not claimed by a gang. But I wouldn't try it if I were you. Yeah, y'all see how the whole PNB Rock situation played out? They was blaming his girlfriend for posting the location and all that shit. How did it turn out? It ended up being them niggas was already up in that Roscoe's. They saw him walk in with that chain. They did a woonty wimp, a boonty bamp, and unfortunately, you ain't never gonna see me with no jewelry. I don't even wear a wedding ring. I don't even wear my ring. Part of it is because when women know you married, they be, women, y'all. Something about women when y'all know a nigga married. I don't even want to deal with it, so I don't wear a ring. I'm just a fat nigga in the corner. Leave me alone. And the ring that I do have, I have a black band. I ain't got no shiny shit. I'm not saying I'm not afraid of anyone jacking me for a wedding band, but I'm just, being born and raised here, I'm conditioned to not being shiny. So when I see something shiny, my first reaction is, nah, I don't want it. That's just my first reaction, being born and raised in LA. I don't do shiny shit. Hey, Willie 417, if you single, yes, get a wedding ring. It's good debate. Women love wedding rings for some reason. That's why I don't wear mine. There's just one less thing for me to have to deal with. I wear my wedding ring when I'm going to certain events. Like if I'm going to anything networking, any kind of business thing, because it pays to be married when you're dealing with business. When you're dealing in business, it definitely pays to be married. So I wear my wedding ring when I'm doing something out on business. Hell yeah, Johnny. The women are fine as fuck in LA. That's why. Oh, what's up, Robert Nelson? My nigga CT reading this bitch. That's Robert Nelson. Hell yeah, Johnny. The women are nice in the motherfucker out here. Man. What's up, Larry? I'll beat your ass, nigga. Come to my show at the Comedy Chateau, February 25th. I'm going to be on stage. Kamira White going to be on stage. Slink Johnson, a.k.a. Black Jesus, going to be on stage. And that bitch-ass nigga in the chat room right there, Larry, going to be on stage. I guarantee you he ain't going to want to fight, though. That's a promise. Comedy Chateau, February 25th, 10 p.m. I chose that day. I got a fuck ton. It's a lot going on that day, too. Like Tariq is opening his museum that day. Corey Holcomb gonna be out in Ontario that day. I'm like, damn. Yeah, Kamira and Precious are dope. I filmed a show with Precious. Precious has his new drinking show she has coming out. I filmed an episode this past Wednesday. That shit gonna be funny. That shit gonna be funny as fuck. I was funny to motherfucker in that. Larry, you do not want to fight, dog. I'll turn your knuckles in the sand, bitch. Hit me one time, nigga. Watch. Nigga, I'll turn your forehead into a dent head, nigga. You get one of them Deontay Wilder dents in the middle of your cranium, boy. Fucking with me. I knock that beard into a shag, bitch. I uppercut you. You'll fly to the next apartment building like on Ring Kings, motherfucker. Y'all remember Ring Kings? For those of you who had a Nintendo. Oh yeah, Smoke Spit. I'm gonna get that nigga Hassan Rockman. That nigga leg gonna be like this. Watch. Nigga, I'm gonna get that nigga a Ring Kings. When that nigga Afro get popped to the back and he start to fly. Watch. Hell yeah, Ring Kings is that game. One day this nigga Larry was talking shit. This nigga was talking shit and he got bangs. I uppercut that nigga and that nigga's bangs turned into a Pat Riley pushback. Anyway, what was I talking about before I was so rudely interrupted by Larry? What was I talking about? I was talking about something, and then here come this foreign motherfucker. Hey, web surfer. Your mama got caught in church getting digged down by the deacons. She got churched by the pastor's wife, not even the pastor. All right, I was talking about, oh yeah, it's a hot weekend. Oh yeah, don't wear caps around LA, nigga. Don't wear baseball caps. Don't do that. Yeah, Rip Baccarat. Yeah, rest in peace. So you can wear it, and don't. The rules if you come here, don't wear a baseball cap. Colors don't really matter. Just be clean. Don't be too flashy, and walk around with your chin up and with some confidence about yourself. Don't look like a victim. You know? Don't look like a victim. But really, honestly, it really ain't, unless you know somebody in the hood, it ain't no real reason to come to the hood for a lot of things, because it's everything you want. Look, those of us who's born and raised in the hood, anytime we wanted something, we had to go to Culver City, Beverly Hills. Like, being born and raised in LA, it's like, I remember when the Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Mall was built. Y'all remember when Boys in the Hood came out? Look, man, don't talk about no ignorance. America's an ignorant country. Don't isolate ignorance to gangs. Gang members are teenagers. People in their early 20s trying to figure it out with no direction. Got to have some compassion for them. We live in an ignorant country. So we live in an ignorant country that solves all of its disputes through war and resource deprivation. That kind of activity is going to persist within the nation. Don't judge these little young brothers and sisters. Now, I keep my distance from these niggas, but I don't judge them. Because by the time they figure it out, they in prison. And then those who do figure it out, one thing I will say about the OGs here in LA, those who do figure it out, put in a lot of work to fix it. I remember, I'll give you an example, in Compton. When Asia Brown first took over as mayor, black lady in Compton, she took Asia Brown, I think she won the mayor for Compton like 2014, 2012, sometime around there. Former gang members, because Compton's full of potholes. If you drive it down the main street, Rosecrans, Central, it didn't really have potholes like that. But all of the side streets, Larry will know, because Larry was out here. Larry will tell you in the chat room, fuck that, Larry's from Houston, he'll tell you. Larry was living in Compton for 2 years. And this nigga Larry will walk through Compton at night and nothing would ever happen to him. The nigga's in the chat room right now, ask him. He's in the chat room right now. So, There are potholes all throughout Compton, all up and down Palmer, all up and down Parmalee, all up and down these side streets. It was former Compton gang members that raised $500,000 to fix the potholes. The $500,000 was to pay former Compton gang members who are out of prison to fix those potholes. Not only did the former gangster niggas say we need jobs, they went and got the funding for those jobs. What happened? 3 of the Mexicans on the city council, there's 5 members on the city council. 3 of the Mexicans voted it down and voted it no. So it didn't happen. Don't judge these gangsters. Them is babies. Them is kids. Most of them figure it out if they don't die too young. Some of them don't. But most do. So have some level of understanding and compassion. And this is from a hood nigga who was a straight up square. I don't like gang members. Hell, I had a rule my whole life. I don't go to gangster funerals, and I still don't. You was in a gang, you got killed in some gang shit, I ain't going to your funeral. And I had some people I loved that got killed in some gang shit. I couldn't go. Why? You gotta be wise. I've been in other funerals when there have been funerals at Inglewood Cemetery. Inglewood Cemetery has been in a few shootouts. It'd be shit going on at them funerals. I don't go to gangster funerals. I allow them to exist in their world, and I exist in mine. Stop the bullshit. A lot of innocent black people don't get killed. Some innocent black people get killed. Stop the bullshit. Most gang shootings are over gang issues. Period. Somebody did something to somebody got back at them. That's 90% of the shootings. Either that or somebody fucked somebody's girl. Stop listening to the news and all this bullshit. Gangsters ain't walking around just shooting people willy-nilly. I just showed you Larry in the chat room. This nigga was in Compton for 2 years. He from Houston. He ain't from there. And when you talk about Jordan collection, this nigga Larry got, I don't want to give credit because he a bitch ass nigga, but this nigga Larry got it's niggas in the NBA that don't have a doper Jordan collection than Larry Goodwell. I can verify that. This nigga Larry got a room full of Jordans. You think Larry did not wear his Jordans walking down through Compton at night? You think that nigga put on some Vans? No, he wore his Jordans. Niggas ain't stupid. Look, you think these hood niggas about to get... In LA, we got gang injunction laws. That means if one nigga in the hood kills somebody, everybody that was around him that day could possibly go down. You think they gonna risk that penitentiary chance because your square ass is walking through just to shoot you to prove a point? Fuck out of here. Gang members fuck with other gang members. And the majority of gang beef is over 2 things: pussy and stolen property. Let me say that again. The majority of gang beefs are over 2 things: pussy and stolen property. What's the majority of most killings in the world? Pussy, stolen property. Like the rest of the fucking world. Niggas in Bangladesh get killed over pussy. Niggas in Croatia get killed over stolen property, nigga. Stop all this black righteousness shit that we gotta be these perfect beings. We just so sad that those gangs, I want them to do better, yeah. But I ain't about to sit here and be like, man, we just need to do better. No. Look, we live in that's just world. That's just the world. Everything is varying degrees. I dare you right now to go to your phone edit a picture, pull up the color. The colors. You got the 7 colors, right? And each color is a varying degree from one to the next. The difference between white and black is varying degrees. That's what life is. So there are going to be varying degrees of greatness. There are going to be varying degrees of bullshit. And the majority of us are going to be somewhere in the middle. A few are going to be great. A few are going to be degenerates. The rest going to be somewhere in the middle. And we all waffle back and forth between the two. God and the devil is you. You both them niggas. What's up, Mama Zeke? It's cold out here in LA, man. Shit. Anyway, most of us gonna be in the middle. And whether you're good and evil depends on the scenario. It depends on the day. Some days you are the best person life can ever ask for. Some days we all act like a bitch. Some people you gonna hug. Some people need to get socked in the face. Some people need loving words. Some people need to get cussed the fuck out. It depends on the scenario. And the sooner you accept your evil and your humanity, the sooner you will accept the evil and the humanity in others. Because we're all evil. We are all degenerates. We're all love and light. We're all angels. And we all demons. Hell, Hotepish.com/shop. Yeah, get one. If you want to see a devil, go to church. Can we tell the whole truth? If you want to see a devil, go to church and sit on the wrong seat in the 3rd row. Any of us who spend any time in church, you've seen the reaction when somebody sits in Sister Martha's seat. Stop this shit. And here's why I'm saying that. I used to be the judgmental ass nigga. Hell yeah, Hood Santa, evil is good. You a fool for that, Hood Santa. Fuck you. What's up, Kane? And I say this, what's up, Star? And I don't say this as the expert. What's up, Jab Bad? I say this as a nigga who had to grow. I say this as a nigga who grew up in the hood hating gang members. I grew up as a nigga that got the college degree that said, what's wrong with these niggas? Why don't they do something with their life? I was that nigga saying that shit in my early 20s. But you live and you learn. You realize life isn't about what you think it is. You get to a point in life to where, well, hopefully you get to this point in life to where you realize that everybody living life at their own pace, on their own path. You're damn right, Daryl. I was damn near Boulay. Pull your pants up. I was damn near that. When I was in college, nigga, thought I was better than people. But you live and you learn. You gotta go through bullshit to realize it's bullshit. So that's why, like, even though I may be cussing some of you niggas out, hopefully you didn't leave, I'm still not judging you. Even though some of y'all may have said some things that I said something back to, because y'all know me, I snap back. I like to, because I'm an asshole sometimes. I'm both, but I've accepted that. You know, I can be an asshole, and that's fine. If I feel like being an asshole, I'll be an asshole, and I won't apologize for it. But I still love you, you know, because you're where you are in life, because you are where you are in life. That's not for me to. I don't have an opinion on where you are in life. It just is what it is. You know, where I am right now at 41. When I get 51, I'm gonna be looking back like, yeah, that nigga was naive than a motherfucker. You know. Same way I look back on 31. When I thought I knew it. By the time I got to 31 was when I was realizing I didn't know it all. At 21, I knew it all. By 31, I was realizing I didn't know it all. But I didn't know what was the truth. So I spent time on that journey to figure it out. And I'm still figuring it out. I still don't know shit. I don't know shit. Hell yeah, Woody 417, I'm just getting started, brother. I don't know shit. I'm going to grow. Hey, yeah, by 38, it really do start to hit you. You know why? Because in cardiology, at 38, you're coming to the end of your Mars years. Your Mars years start at 26, they end at 39. And that's where you notice 26 to 39, for most of us, that was the biggest struggle we had a lot of times. Like 26 to 39 is a very tough period of your life. That's when I read cards. That's why I know my cards are so accurate. If I read somebody in their 50s, I'll tell them exactly how they were behaving at 14. And they'll be like, how'd you know that? Nigga, because you had a 3 of diamonds in your Mars. That let me know you wasn't shit. But, you followed that up with a 6 of hearts in your Jupiter. So that means you got the love in your spirit. The cards be a little bit too much for some people, but I still talk about it because it's people out there. Oh, you at 29? Oh, yeah, 29 can be hard. Look, at 29, and this is where like I said, I don't publicly disagree with nobody, but this is where, and I love our brother Jason Black. I really do. I have absolutely no issues with him. I think Jason Black is a true godsend, because of the information that he deciphers and breaks down. But where I depart from him is a woman is done by a particular age. That's where our ideologies separate. But he has his ideology for a reason, and I don't judge him for it. I respect him and his ideology. But for me, that's where his ideology and my ideology departs. Kevin Samuels had that same ideology that a woman is basically done by a certain age. No, she not. I know some of the finest women on earth. They got married at 47, 48 years old to dudes that's making $300,000-$400,000 a year. I've seen it happen a few times. I know plenty of women that didn't get married till they got to their 30s. When you're ready, there'll be somebody there for you. This just the whole thing is get yourself ready and be willing to, as you get yourself ready, be willing to work with somebody else's flaws as you hope that they work with yours. Be willing to, because you fucked up too. We all fucked up. So be willing to accept somebody else's fuck up. As long as you both are willing to grow, it can work. Not every relationship can work. You gotta learn how to let some shit go. You gotta know when you keep running across the same kind of person and the same kind of issues, then that's something you gotta deal with in your own. If every woman you dealing with is out for your money, nigga, and then that means you don't have anything else to offer, or you're leading, or you do have something else to offer, but that's what you're leading with. If every man, talks to you in a disrespectful manner, then you have to look in the mirror and ask you, do you respect yourself? Because, of course, some men are going to be like that, but a man with any kind of wits about him ain't going to talk disrespectful to a woman that respects herself. I did relationship counseling for a long time. You can go on my website, breakthroughas.org. I've been working with people in counseling. I sort of backdoored my way into relationship counseling. That's not how it started. It started working with kids. But through working with kids, you have to work with the family. And through working with families, I found myself resolving issues between parents. That's not the reason why we opened the case. That's not how it started. But in order to get that child right, we had to get the parents right. So I got into relationship counseling extremely unintentionally. That wasn't my goal. My goal was work with them kids. I don't give a fuck about no damn I'm good at relationships. I don't care about other people's. But I was good at it. And people started offering money to help them in their relationships. Before I ever put out an ad, people were saying, hey, Dwan, we have money. We need your help. I said, okay. Matter of fact, the first thing I did was refer them to other people. I'm thinking, I don't do that. I don't do relationship counseling. I'll refer you to somebody. They were like, no, we want you. I'm like, okay. Because the only thing I can think about is the flaws in my marriage. My marriage ain't perfect. And as a man who wants to be the best husband I can be, I'm constantly refining my flaws. I'm constantly looking at my blind spots, the areas that I'm lacking in my marriage as a husband. I'm so focused on getting better in the areas that I'm lacking as a husband, I don't really take the time to look at the other shit. It's because I like that smile on my wife's face when she wakes up. I like our road trip. I love, man, being married is fun than a motherfucker. But this is a happy place you get to after years and years of personal refinement and relationship refinement. A relationship is 1 + 1 = 3. I don't know how I got off in this tangent. I was talking about something else, but let's go there. A relationship is 1 + 1 = 3. You need 2 strong individuals to make a strong relationship. Compromise. What is compromise? And I talked about this before on the show, but what is compromise? Compromise isn't giving up something that's at your core that you want. You don't give up any core values, any core things at your core that you need. That's not compromise. That's giving up of yourself. You don't give up yourself in a relationship. Compromise is giving up the superficial things that you can go without. It's certain things that we all get down that we can or cannot go without. The analogy I give is a car. A car has an impact zone, right? Study car crashes. What's up, Josh Hawkins? Car has impact zones, the front and the back. What's up, Chill Will? Car has impact zones. An impact zone is the compromise. Those impact zones, the cars compromise themselves to save the host. That's what compromise is in a relationship. The buffers. I like going to the movies at day, but she likes going at night. That's the compromise. I prefer day, but it wouldn't kill me to go night. Compromise isn't. Sometimes in a relationship, it depends on, you got to get down what you want. If you're the kind of person that you need day-to-day communication, then you need a relationship with day-to-day communication. Because if you don't get day-to-day communication, your mind's going to start looping, and you're going to start thinking that they cheating, and you're going to make up shit. And even if they're not cheating, you're going to self-sabotage the relationship. Because even if they ain't cheating, you try to compromise in a core area of yours, and now you ended up doing something that hurt the relationship. There are other people in relationships that they can't do everyday talking. There's some people who like distance. If distance is something you like, then you don't compromise on that. Because there's a woman out there who likes distance too. Certain things you can't compromise on. So for you to get into that, okay, what is it you can't compromise on? What can't you compromise on? That's where knowledge of self comes in. You got to know yourself. You have to learn from every relationship. Because you start relationships thinking one thing, and then as you get these things, or don't get these things, you realize, I didn't need that, or I need more of that. You learn from your relationships. Where did I fuck up? What could I do better? Where did she fuck up? What about her that I can never deal with in any other woman? What about her I want more of? This is the review process you go through as you date. And as you get older, you refine yourself and you refine your decisions, and you know what you can and cannot tolerate, especially if you're on that road of self-knowledge. But if you never take the time to be self-reflective, if you never take time to master yourself, you don't know these answers. So what that ends up being is you end up looking for things in others instead of giving those things to yourself first. How do I feel about a man who having a good friend who's a woman and they had sex once? That's fine. It depends. It depends on who you are. I have friends that I have female friends that I had sex with once that I haven't touched in 20 years, and we still friends. But I'm different. To each his own. I got a lot of female friends. Most of the female friends I have, I never had sex with. Most of them I didn't have sex with, but there are I have. But not every dude can do that. But I'm the kind of person, my thing, one area I couldn't compromise is, I'm going to be around women. Period. And my wife doesn't mind. Me and my wife have a great relationship. But you can ask Craig, you can ask if Larry's in the chat room, come to one of my fight parties. I remember that Mayweather, it was that Mayweather versus Andre Berto fight, Mayweather's last fight. Like only like 2 of my homeboys showed up. And I had like 15 women here. And I didn't mess with none of them, but they were friends. They're all my friends. Ain't nothing. But you got to know yourself. Every dude don't have as much control as I do. If you're the kind of dude that don't have control, then don't have female friends. If you're in a monogamous relationship, there's the other thing. Tell the truth. If you're not going to be monogamous, then tell them. There's plenty of women out there that don't mind. Hell, when I get off this live here, guess where I'm going? To a shindig at one of my homegirls' house. I'm going to a female friend's house. Guess where I was? What was that? Last Friday? Last Friday night? Last Friday? In the daytime? Kingdom with the homegirl. Let me tell you something, Phil. This is where, good point, Josh Hawkins. This is where I'm trying to get at right here. We're at a time right now, fellas, that we evolve. And not in this old metrosexual weird ass way, this fairy tale where they putting out in Disney. Not that kind of evolve. A man is a man, a woman's a woman. Nigga. You can call yourself what you want to call yourself. Yeah, my wife is going with me this time. But the last time I was over this female friend's house, my wife wasn't with me. And my wife knew I was there. See, that's where character comes into play. My wife been on me since I was in the 7th grade. She know who the fuck I am. when I was single, when we were just friends in our 20s, she would be one of the 10 women around me at a shindig. Back in my single days. This is where we have to evolve as men. And let me say this. I know it's going to sound different because most niggas don't talk like this, but I'm not most niggas. We have to learn how to be around women without hounding them for sex all the time. Women are far more than sex objects. If the only thing you're getting out of women is sex, you're missing 96% of her value. Appreciate that, Alonzo. Let me say that again. If sex is the only thing you want out of a woman, you're missing out on 96% of her value. See, men and women think differently. We have a yin and yang approach to life. So as a man in business, it's extremely important to seek the counsel of women. Now, not no dumb broad. You can't be a fool. You got to know the difference between a dumb broad and a woman with her head on straight. That's where discernment comes in. Don't ask the stupid chick that you just fuck on some business advice. No. But you should have women in your life that are involved in business. There's a lot of them out there. All these women with degrees, you better find one with some brains that you ain't fucking. Ask their point of view on critical situations. See, in my 20s, part of the reason why I look, why in business specifically, because a woman can see when another man is up to something and he has sort of a nefarious angle towards you. A woman's going to pick that up before a man will. Women, they own intuition. They may fuck with the worst niggas. They may not be able to use their intuition on picking which nigga to marry. But a woman to be like, him. No. A woman to be like, in business, you'll run it across her a certain way. A woman to say, okay, you know, that works, but try this approach. Because you got to realize there's a lot of women in business too. See, fellas, we don't just deal with other men in business anymore. We deal with women too in business. There are women who own major companies. There are women who are going to be behind the table signing you to that next deal. You know? One of the deals I'm working on right now, I'm negotiating with a woman. Who better to let me know how to approach it than another woman? Because we as men, we could be real like rah with it. But if you try that approach with a woman, it ain't gonna work. You better have a woman you can run things by that you ain't fucking. If you single, if you marry, hopefully this is your wife if you marry. See, for me, I'm married, I got a wife. My wife is my cheat code, nigga. That's another reason why I ain't never fucking up my wife is my cheat code. She ain't never been wrong. My wife, but a good female friend will tell you that look, I always had female friends that would rate the chicks that I was dealing with, and they be right too. And I'm still friends with some of them. Like, yeah. Yeah. They'll be like, women, they just got to think about them. And women, you like to run things by women when it's just different scenarios. And let me tell you something, let me tell you right now, you're not always going to agree. You definitely ain't always going to agree. Sometimes the smartest female friend you know is still going to say some shit that you're going to be like, nah, I don't want. That's where your independence as a man comes in. Just because you talk to somebody don't mean you got to do what they say. But sometimes, you're yin, she's yang. Sometimes that yang philosophy is going to give you the other point of view of what you're dealing with. And it may not be direct advice that she gave you. It may just be something that she said that opened up your point of view, and it made you see things more clearly. So it's extremely important that men have non-sexual relationships with women and vice versa, because you women out there, oh shit, low battery mode, because a lot of you women out there, y'all do some dumb shit. But if you got a homie, somebody that you know that you can go to tell you the truth, a brother, cousin, homeboy, somebody, they be like, nah. See, why am I saying all this? It's just a point of view. It's not to say I'm right. It's worked for me. Out of all these niggas you see saying otherwise, I'm the one that's happily married. Y'all see that smile? That shit genuine. So, you can take it or leave it. But I'm the one that's happily married, and I still have like all my female friends that I've always been cool with, like from middle school and high school and work earlier. We still cool. Last Saturday, I went to one of my former coworkers' birthday party on a Saturday night. And it was a woman. And that's when I worked at the bank. And all my coworkers were women. My wife wasn't feeling good, so she couldn't go. You think? My wife said, no, don't go, because women gonna be there. No, she said, have fun. What you niggas talking about? That's where I was. She wasn't there. I had a good time at the birthday party, too. Great time. Seeing my old co-workers. Everybody doing good. Everybody still living, still working, still living in L.A. Ain't got gentrified out this bitch. Although one of my homegirls, her house where she used to live when we used to kick it, one of my former co-workers, got demolished to build that new Clippers basketball arena. So, but she's still living in Inglewood. Anyway. And she'll be at my show February 25th. Get your tickets right now, Comedy Chateau. And get your candles at lightthemood.com. Jayla, get them candles, lightthemood.com. Use my product code WeSmoke22. lightthemood.com. So anyway, I'm not over here saying that I know it all, but out of everybody that talks relationships on the internet, how many of them are happily married? How many of them have a wife that, y'all see how people talk about my wife? Look, even the fucking great Corey Holcomb said, remember when I was on 5150? Even Corey was like, Dwan got that real thing. He said that shit on 5150. I ain't bullshitting you niggas. I'm just giving up my point of view. And if I'm saying something works with you, then use it. But if it don't work for you, don't. Fuck what I'm saying. Shit. It don't matter. Do your thing. I ain't perfect, nigga. I just believe in passing along information that's worked. Proven. Not conceptual. But I think the reason why I say this, as far as we need to redefine our relationship, the men and the women, is because what's going on right now ain't working. We can. What I have with my wife shouldn't be the exception. I don't think that that's cool. That being happily married, people kind of look funny at that. I think that should be the norm. So, the way we are approaching it right now, one thing is we can guarantee that don't work. What's up, Nashville? We can guarantee, certified, the division between men and women right now, that shit ain't cool. That's not only is it not cool, it's not natural for men and women not to get along. That's not natural. So instead of being so hardcore, let's break it down even deeper. Where does the hardcore thing come from? The hardcore thing, the whole being hard about relationships, I ain't gonna fuck with no woman who do this and women this or men that. That comes out of a lack of willingness to be honest with yourself. That comes out of a lack of honesty, a lack of being real with yourself. You've been defensive. You're afraid to say you was wrong. You're afraid to say you fucked up. You're afraid to say, I don't know how to get it right. Your pride is in your way. So you blame the women, you blame the men. That's wrong. Men and women should never fight. That's not natural. When you go in the animal kingdom, do you see men and women just running around fighting each other? No. What's up, Knockout Noda? This nigga in Wisconsin. This nigga internet frozen. When his internet freeze, it freeze. Anyway, that was a corny joke. What city in Wisconsin you in? You in Milwaukee or some shit? This nigga Knockout Noda probably live in Green Bay with him, the other nigga that work at his job, and all white folks. So, but anyway, I think that as men and women, the construct of how we get along is totally broken. We got to break it all down. We got to get back to the basics. And how did you act with girls or boys when you were 5? When you were 6 months old? When you were a year old? What's the natural reaction? You friends. Can I be your friend? Or if you shy, you kind of hit the girl because you really want to kiss her, but you afraid when you 6, when you 4, you don't want to say you like her. You really don't want to say you like her, so you call her a duty head or some bullshit. But still, even that's born out of a natural love. When do we start fighting? A black woman wants to be the head of the family. Why does she want to be the head of the family? She was put there because the same person that put her there subjugated your ass. So have some compassion. If you weren't subjugated, she wouldn't have been put at the head of the household, wouldn't? Right? So have compassion for her as she has compassion for you, and just fix it. Stop getting stuck on we know the problems. Yeah, boys chase girls. Hell yeah, that was a game. Shit. Boys chase girls. Yep. We should be getting along. And we've had talk radio and relationship shows who've talked about the problem. Okay, what are the problems? The men aren't masculine enough from the women's side of the point. Okay. The men don't want to provide. The men don't step up. The men too busy chasing white women. Okay, great. What are the plans for the men, for the women, for the men? The women are too masculine. The women don't want to follow my direction. The women don't want to listen to what I say. Fine. Great. Now, how do we fix it? That's where I am with it. I know the problems. I'm at the, okay, how do we fix the problem? When I was playing basketball, the other team made 2 straight layups. What am I going to do? Sit here and complain that those last 2 layups that they made? Or am I going to say, okay, next time, go under the screen, because when you go over the screen, he's beating you around the screen, and you from the wing, you need to rotate down because that shooter can't shoot. You got to fix the fucking problem. You don't just sit there and just keep talking about the problem. You fix it. And my offering to start to fix the problem is we got to go back to talking to each other. Men and women got to go back to being friends. We got to go back to just enjoying each other's company. Right, Jabad? We all on this battlefield together, man. My wife had the effects of feminism that I had to deal with. Just like she had to deal with the effects of me having that black male pacifism. And she had to deal with me as a black man not being able to find a job for 13 months. And she stayed with my black ass. So I can deal with her issues. She dealt with mine. Fuck, I look like telling her she need to be perfect and I got all these fucking issues. What kind of shit is that? That ain't fair. You gotta be fair. You gotta be friends. You gotta be friends, man. Fuck all that. Be friends. Y'all gotta kick it. Nigga, y'all gotta kick it. You and your girl gotta kick it. This is something my father told me. Mind you, I was raised by a man that's still married to his wife, who was raised by a man who was married to his wife. So I ain't the first. I was raised by a mother whose parents were married when she was born, whose grandparents on both sides were married when she was born. I got a long lineage of this shit. This is in my blood. So take my word if you feel like you hopeless or, you know, it's not gonna, this nigga, it's not. You just gotta be willing to be you, be your best you, and work on you. And open your heart to somebody else doing it. And learn from your previous relationships. Realize when you with somebody you can't be with and leave. You get with somebody, you realize y'all can't really be compatible within 2 weeks, and you stay anyway? It's the same issue you had in your last 3 relationships, and you never took time to address what inside of you is attracting that. Why are you attracting this kind of shit and no one else is? That's what it's about. And here's the other thing it's about. Being content. Some people are content with never getting married. And that's cool too. I don't think it's anything wrong with not wanting to get married. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. Don't let niggas, just because somebody else is happy doing it this way, don't mean you can't be happy doing it your way. You might need to get to the point that marriage ain't for you, that you just kind of like being alone. And can't nobody judge you for that. I definitely can't judge you for that. That's your choice. I respect it, man. We on the battlefield, man. I ain't got time to be judging your decisions. So, Mr. Ripper, that's right. Communication, cooperation, and community. Yep. Yeah, we became susceptible to their propaganda, jab bad. And that's what's wrong. That's what's going wrong. We got to go, black men and women got to go back to being friends. And if it develop into something more, then let it ride. But you got to go back to being friends. We really do. We got to go back to being friends. How many of us have them? Friends. Ones we can depend on. Friends. Before we go any further, let's be friends. Yeah, marriage is challenging, man. It really is. But you know what I find about marriage? Marriage is a mirror. A lot of your internal challenges you're dealing with are reflected in your partner. They really are. Question is, do you want to face yourself? And that's your choice. You make that decision when you're ready. The whole key to this life thing is you got to do it at your own pace. And your pace is your pace. Your pace is your pace. Because it'd be funny when I read people's cards, they be all worried because their friends are doing it. Especially like if you're a Jack of Diamonds. Oh, if you're a Jack of Diamonds card, I can guarantee you didn't start figuring shit out till you got into your 40s. I mean, you didn't start taking shit serious until you got into your 40s. Hell, maybe 50s if you're a Jack of Diamonds. You niggas, it's no way in hell you niggas are going to be mature in your 20s. No fucking way. No way. Now, two of clubs, they're going to be extremely mature by the time they reach 15, 16. It's all in the cards. That's why I love reading people's cards, man. I be bringing people's personality to them, and they be like, man, I walked around my whole life thinking something was wrong with me, and nah. Then I'll go back and read their cards. I'll be like, at age 19, you were boom-de-wham, boom-de-wham. And they'll be like, yo, how'd you know that? See your cards, nigga. Are your birthdays today, Jack of Diamonds? Fever Joe? I bet. See, Fever Joe, you a Jack of Diamonds. That means you the life of the party. Like, people really fuck with you, don't they? Fever Joe? People really fuck with you, don't they? Yep. You got charisma. Oh, Forever Joe. Oh, Forever Joe, okay. Forever Joe. Yeah, you got charisma, people like you, but you be goofing off like a motherfucker. And it's like anytime you decide to focus on something, you get it. You do get it when you focus, but getting you to focus on something is kind of hard because you be goofing off too goddamn much. Am I right? Jack of Diamonds, this is who you are. Everybody's living life at their own pace, at their own time, in their own way. Are you a queen of diamonds? Yeah, queen of diamonds can be a little bit of a late bloomer. See, the queen of diamonds has to have a solid value system to operate at their best. But getting a solid value system requires you to go through a whole bunch of shit. Yeah, Forever Joe, you say, yeah, you're goofing off cost you a lot in your youth. Yeah, it didn't cost you. That's just your life path. It's just your life path. Your biggest thing, the biggest thing you need to learn is just to learn the lesson of what you went through. You know what I mean? And keep refining yourself and get better. That's all it is. It ain't about judging your youth. It's just about refining your process and getting better. But the person I said you're a queen of diamonds, you was a queen of hearts. Oh, you're emotional than a motherfucker then. If you're a queen of hearts. Your job is to master your emotion. The queen of diamonds' job is to master their value system so they can go through a lot of things that question their values. The queen of hearts, your job is to master your emotions. So that means you'll go through a whole bunch of emotional ups and downs. And you've gone through a lot of heartbreak. And yeah. So you said your mom is a jack of diamonds and everything I said about them? Yeah, Mr. Ripper, emotional intelligence is what you're here to learn. Wait, no, you said your birthday's July 3rd? No, that means you're a queen of diamonds. July 3rd is queen of diamonds. Because July 1st is jack of spades. July 2nd is king of diamonds. July 3rd is queen of diamonds. And July 4th is a jack of diamonds. I know that. And the only reason why I know that is because the 4th of July is a jack of diamonds day. The United States is a jack of diamonds country. Because the 4th of July, you're a queen of diamonds. So that means you've gone through a lot of rough shit. Life has roughed you up. No, you're a queen of diamonds. If your birthday is July 3rd. Because I know that because the July 2nd is the king of diamonds day. July 1st is July 1st is ace of spades day. July 1st is ace of spades. Yeah. No, you're a queen of diamonds. You're a queen of diamonds. You're here to learn your values. You've gone through things that have made you question your value system. You've had some shit that made you be like, man, do I really believe what I believe? But don't trip because that's your life path. He said we live in a beautiful part of the country. I appreciate that. Yeah, I love LA. And I need to get out to Indiana. I got family that had a whole... I got family that still owns land, the Roberts compound, just outside of Naptown, about 30 miles outside of Naptown. Roberts, Indiana. My family moved there in 1833 out of North Carolina, escaping slavery. I got to get out there. But my phone is on 10% battery. I got a fun shindig to go to tonight. So I got to recharge my phone. Luckily, I got that iPad charger. So this shit going to charge up in like 20 minutes. If your card, which Joker is your card? If you're a Joker, that means all Jokers are full of shit. Oh no, you said Joker, not Jack. Is your birthday December 31st? See, the Joker is the only card that you can't read for certain. When I do read a Joker, I read it as a king of spades. But you can't see if I read a Joker, I have to rely on my intuition. Because the cards can't really tell me anything about a Joker. The Joker could be any one of the cards at any time. And the Joker has the option of being whatever card it wants to be at any moment it needs to be that card. Just like the Joker isn't. That's why when you play cards, see, cards are real science. That's why when you play card games, the Joker isn't allowed in most and the few card games the Joker is allowed in, the Joker's a wild card. It can be whatever it wants to be. No different in life. If you know someone born December 31st, there are no two people born on December 31st alike. The Joker can be whatever the fuck he wants to be. Oh yeah, today is an Ace of Spades day. Yeah. See, the Ace of Spades is the master of illusion. If you know someone that's an Ace of Spades, whatever name they call themselves probably isn't their real name, or they do call themselves by their real name, but they also go by an alias. All Ace of Spades people go by an alias at some point, or they have a whole other person, a split personality. The Ace of Spades show you one thing, but they're really something else behind closed doors. They're extremely sensitive people. So because they're so sensitive, they put up the biggest front. A lot of Ace of Spades people be acting hard. You know, a lot of times when they say a person is be acting hard, but they really a softie, that's most Ace of Spades. Yeah. What's up, positive influence? Yeah. Bismarck T is the only nigga that can eat 10 Popeyes biscuits without drinking water. That nigga just be eating Popeyes biscuits. No water. But I'm about to get up out of here because I got to charge my phone up. But remember, men and women, become friends first, man. Love it. Be friends. You ain't got to fuck everybody. Be friends. Be friends. Be friends. We got to go back to being friends, men and women. Be friends. Everybody ain't the fuck, man. Be friends. Be friends. And we'll get back to being a strong family unit when we could get back to being friends again. All right? I love all you niggas, for real. You can book a reading if you want. You can buy a t-shirt if you want. Get one of Jayla's candles if you want. But whatever it is, remember this. There are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages for those willing to pick up the game. Y'all be good.